Hey girl, why don't you just come over here and relax with a real nigga? Brown woman, show me your crown woman.
But
If
the
you're really
underlying
down for me, then tell me you're down
thing
with
with Valen-times.
You were right
Yeah,
when I was
couples,
around with
relationships, marriage.
Love, that's gonna be the topic today. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day.
This is our first episode since receiving the news from Kobe Bryant passing away in a helicopter crash. It's the 28th, so that was a couple days ago. That was what, Sunday?
Sunday, yeah.
So rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, NBA icon, cultural icon, never be another. Great man. We just spent 10 minutes just burning into our showtime just because it was so much to just talk about from his life and legacy. So, prayers out to the family, everybody involved, not just the Bryant family, but the other 9 members that were
everybody
that
on the
passed
helicopter,
away.
and all their families as well, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So thoughts and prayers with them, sincere thoughts and sincere prayers. And, that's a tragedy. And we never know when that ticket's going to get called.
It don't even seem real, man.
Nah.
You know what I mean? And his death affected so many people. Like you said, we burning in our time just talking about it, because it affected us just knowing who he was, you know what I mean? But
for sure.
You can't take life for granted, man. It's that real. You be here today, going tomorrow. You be here now, going 5 minutes from now,
And I heard somebody that said something, I forget where I saw that, but that's the first time in a long time that I've seen a lot of people united over something.
Right.
Everybody mourn Kobe.
Right.
And in this divisive time that we in right now, politically, culturally, it's a lot of division just going on in the culture. But, that kind of stopped the world, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? News of that. And to just see everybody paying respect and paying tribute, just puts things in perspective and gets you to remember that life is more important is more precious than some of the things we squabble about.
It's so fragile, man. Like I was just saying that the other day. Like it's like, why? We talk about this all the time, but why don't we take it as serious as it is? You know what I mean? Like, and
Take
then
it for granted.
And then when things like this happen, it's like, oh, you mean to tell me he's not here anymore?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or we want to look to God and say, God, why did you do this? Instead of, knowing that we all have a time and treating each other accordingly, while we're here.
It shouldn't be as shocking to us as it is.
As it is.
But I think that's, the Lord's way of letting us know that, of basically getting our attention. And that's what I said. It's like, and Kobe died.
I think Kobe was a believer too, though. I do believe
I pray
that.
he was. I mean, that's the first thing, I saw the news. And once I found out it was true, I just said a quick prayer right there for his soul. Because you don't know. You know what I mean? Even people that say they are, sometimes it's not sincere. And when you think somebody's not, they really could have that relationship. So I just pray for his soul immediately. Right. Him and his daughter, man, that's just...
And that was his Valentine, his wife, He's not even able to be here for Valentine's Day this year. He's not able to share that moment with his wife, but I ain't mean to cut you off. I just started thinking it's like, man.
I mean, she ain't going to be right for a while. Not only to lose her daughter, but her not only lose her husband, but her daughter at the same time.
Right.
They were tight.
Exactly.
We were always together.
Right.
So she was trying to follow in his footsteps. So it's just, can't take it for granted, man. But we're gonna try to pick the mood up a little bit and not be
get into it.
Somber, because it's gonna be a fun conversation today. We're talking about love, relationships,
right?
Sex, marriage, all of the things.
Okay.
I mean, sex is part of relationships. Now, we ain't got to get into the nitty gritty. We all adults. We ain't got to get into the nitty gritty, but
you gotta include the yams. Though.
We just gotta be sincere. I feel like that's a sincere part of any relationship and an honest dialogue. I feel like you're not really being genuine if you don't at least tackle that aspect of a relationship, even if it's not in a physical sense.
I agree.
Even if it's just sexuality as opposed to physical sex. But
what do you think the key points to keeping a relationship together, or did you have what you got over there as far as
I got a little curriculum.
Just including people, and getting their views and perspectives.
Yeah, if you want, you could pop the live up and just leave it up.
Right now, yeah.
So we decided to talk about this topic, the topic of love. We wanted to be a little bit trendier since Valentine's Day is coming up, and we wanted to be culturally relevant.
Right.
So I read this article today. I was curious. I wanted to do a little bit of research on the topic rather than just giving my own pure opinion. Mm-hmm. And it was from a website called relevantmagazine.com. I'm sure somebody reads that somewhere. I don't read it.
Relevant Magazine, never heard of it.
I'm not a magazine kind of guy.
Right.
I'm a 4-minute article kind of guy.
Right.
Maybe if it's interesting. But the article was called it was something like 9 problems for millennial dating or something like that. It was like 9 typical problems that people go through, or 9 unique issues for millennials and dating.
Okay.
Right. So I thought that was pretty interesting because, we have the dating world and just relationships in general have changed.
Yeah, it's
you know what I mean? Even in marriage, right? I'm sure it's the dynamics now are different than they were, even 10 years ago, 15 years ago, because of the technology and things like that.
Right.
So it was 9 things. I was like, really 9? But read through it, and I just want to talk about them a little bit. So this is what I'll do. I'll read them off.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you what you think about them.
Okay.
Bro, so the number one thing, or not the number one, but the first thing on the list, they said was an issue for millennials dating in the modern era is number 1 was too much choice.
Too much choice. Yes.
Too much choice.
That was at the top of the list.
That was the first one. And
Okay.
it usually goes, easiest to I guess most severe.
Okay.
Usually have them articles
Too
so
much
they can
choice
keep
is
you
kind
reading.
of severe because
That's the way to start it.
Yeah.
What you think?
When I hear too much choice, I hear too many options.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly what it was saying.
So, I believe in technology doesn't help that at all.
No,
because when you got something in your hand and you're able to literally scroll past what you might like if something's not working, especially in your relationship.
Yep. Not only that, but you get the abridged fancy version, right? It don't show you
need to get the real deal, right?
You don't, yeah.
You get the filter.
Yeah, you get the glittered up version. It
Right.
ain't even the real person. It's their, internet representative, they avatar.
Right.
You know what I mean? They best picture, the best things about them. If you want to agree on the best moments, you know what I mean? You don't get the fact that,
That's
she
so nutty.
insecure, psychotic.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
You don't get none of that.
Your first statement should be like, yo, don't mislead me. I know you misled me already.
It ain't gonna happen though.
It
It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because if you too real, then you kind of eliminate yourself.
And then you scare them off.
Yeah.
So
you
can't
gotta
be real.
you gotta play
be
it
fake.
a little bit.
52 fake out. Fake it till you make it.
It's not. I don't think it's that you have to be fake. It's. I think it's more so the ideal. I'll say.
Okay.
Is that it's more so highlights necessary because it's not like that's not really you. I think just being open about the fact that these are highlights. Not trying to portray an idea that this is 24/7. This is what you do.
Right.
Because it's just unrealistic. But I read that and it was a short article. I don't know if you could pull it up. Is that it?
I was trying to find it. Let me see.
Just type in on Google. I typed in millennial dating woes, and that was the first one that popped up. But the too much choice thing, I think, is legit for me, right? Because that's something that I think as a single man, right?
Right.
That's something that's hard for me to, and women, they get frustrated a lot because they say men are afraid of commitment or whatever. But it's just like you always feel like it's just possibly just something just a little bit better on the next go round.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you don't want to pull the trigger too early and miss out on something that you feel like is going to be there. But I don't know. I just thought that was pertinent. That was relevant. And I can definitely see how that can be a barrier.
How that's affecting couples right now?
Yeah. like I was thinking earlier, and I'm gonna move on to the next one. But I was thinking earlier, like when I was younger, and I used to get a crush.
Right.
Oh my gosh, bro, that's all I used to think about was that one person. Like
Right.
one person. Like it was either that or I don't want nobody else.
Nobody else.
I don't even
right.
like other girls. Just this one person. That's what I like.
But you was a. We always talk about, you know, you was in
Nah,
love.
that's-
you
nah.
was a lovey-dovey dude.
I wasn't
though.
a lovey-dovey dude. That's normal though, bro.
That's not
A
normal.
first crush.
First crush, I mean, but don't
Bro,
fall in love. It's a crush.
It's not, but it's not falling in love. It's just being infatuated. You know what I mean? Infatuation.
Infatuation is not falling in love. So if
No,
you're
that's not
infatuated but
falling in
not, I don't know. It's kind
No.
of weird. I don't know if I want anybody infatuated with me that doesn't kind of necessarily love me. I thought that kind of tied into each other.
No. I
Okay,
mean,
maybe I'm thinking about it too deep.
I mean, maybe. Maybe.
But that's you. You know what I mean? And you had
I just used
infatuations
to be,
with women.
I just like it used to just be more severe. Like now it's
Yeah.
very hard for me to get and maintain. Like if I really like a person or get, you know, a strong attraction, it don't usually last like it used
But
to.
that's because we
Is
typically
that age? What do you think that is? It might be age.
might be age.
I think it's age, it's maturity.
Right.
You realize that reckless love stuff ain't no fun.
No, that's nutty.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's nutty.
The second thing on the list in the article was too many distractions.
Yeah.
Too many distractions.
But that goes with choices, options. You know, these things become you're distracted by what you see.
Yeah, but they were going more along the lines of like too many things other than your partner, right? So people, you know, they trying to run businesses. They got social media presence to keep up on, you know, work.
Okay.
Everything is so fast and people have so many time saving devices that they're actually more distracted than they ever been. Like we was talking about on the other episode. It's like, you know, you sit down at dinner and, you know, you finally get a moment to yourself and your phone is buzzing. You got to check this email. You got to respond to this person. You got to update your LinkedIn.
Right.
Like all that stuff is right there. So
you're
you
not
take,
being tuned in with each other.
right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's actually not just a dating problem, but a relationship problem too for, you know, people that are active, you know what I mean? Finding that time and being able to cut that stuff out and focus on the person that you're with. So I definitely agree and see that as being a problem for modern relationships because
Right.
for a lot of people, you know, we all multitaskers nowadays, man.
But the relationship dynamic on all levels has been broken because of being interested with everything else but each other. You know, like I've said before, I think we like the idea. You know, I think a lot of people like the idea of being in a relationship, the idea of being a couple. You know, but what it takes, you know,
They only like the fun parts.
they only like the fun parts.
Yeah.
You know, going places.
Yeah.
Let's take this picture. We look dope.
Yeah.
You know, in this picture right here.
I've been seeing a lot of couples take photo shoots together, man.
Yeah, it's
Is that a
like-
trend? Is that happening now?
It's
Or-
probably becoming trendy.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. But but I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't.
I've been seeing a lot of couples like professional
Yeah.
out in the city with their best in their Sunday best,
Right.
you know, and you know it looks nice, but I'm just
it
like, what's
looks
that all
good.
about? Yeah,
But is it good though?
I don't know. They've
know
been
that-
dating 2 months. We'll see.
Yeah. How about that though? How about
We'll see.
all the people that you see, whether it be Facebook's, Instagram, Twitter. I don't be on Twitter, but I know a lot of people be on Twitter. But that you've been following for years, and you didn't see them run through so many partners. It's like, yo, you got a new nigga again? Yo, you know what I mean? And your caption this
He the
time
one
is
too?
like, yo, he the one. Yeah, he the one.
It was
Yo,
all of what you
they was-
had about 1,111.
you know what I mean? And stop saying that God blessed you with this person. Because you know, they said that for 3 people already. I seen it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But and dudes do the same thing. We're a little bit more kind of like hidden. You know what I mean? With ours, you know, we gotta kind of, before we make it official publicly, it's gotta like yo, you really gotta be the one. Because listen, what I'm about to go through once I, you know what I mean? Once I go through this, you know what I mean? With exes, you know what I mean? So we're a little bit, we
just
want to
more
be
private in general.
more private, and we want to be secure. We want to know, like, this is it. But women are kind of a little bit loose. You know what I mean? I guess in this generation, they be out with this dude.
I think that's just women.
Okay.
Right? They get some kind of I don't know what it is. It's almost like a competitive edge or something that they feel over other women when they get like cuffed.
Right.
Like, this person,
nigga, we made it.
like they feel, I don't know if it's like chosen. I mean, certain guys feel that too, especially if they with a chick that they feel like is, out of their league or whatever.
Right.
But I think more so women in general, they like to
what do y'all think? We got women tuned in right now. We got our cousins. We got Janine. We got Kay on this strong.
What up?
Tune in, comment. Whatever y'all feel might help in terms of this conversation. But
the third thing on the list was not enough money.
Yeah, money is a problem. But see, finances cause.
And dating though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
especially these chicks, they want $40.
Yeah. Well, I saw something a couple weeks ago that was saying like a lot of the modern women, because they're making more now, they're more educated, they have a hard time finding men that make as much as them, right? Or as many men. Because it's 50% men and 50% women in the world for the most part.
Right.
It's skewed in some areas, but in general, it's pretty even. So
now let's talk about what's right and let's talk about truth. Okay.
What you about to do?
So
bro? You about to make somebody mad?
Somebody's gonna get upset.
Yeah.
But guess what though? I just want to talk about what's right and I want to talk about truth.
Okay.
As dominant as a man as I am, that has nothing to do with who I decide to be with and love.
The amount of money she make?
The money I make and the money she make. The money I make, the money she makes has nothing is not supposed to have anything to do with how we love each other or the relationship that we have.
Nothing to do with it.
I mean, it's that shouldn't dictate on any level. Should it dictate? Now, there's men that can feel insecure, when a woman's making more, and I'm not naive to the fact. Even myself, like
that's
it's like I gotta do something about it. You know what I mean? You hustling more than me. It's like I gotta
like that.
You know what I mean? I'm in the crib, like, listen, I gotta figure out some other ways to get money, and I understand that because that's how we're built. Ooh. That's how we're built, though. But if there's a time, things happen all the time. If there's a time where you fall short.
No, for sure. You definitely want, as a man, you definitely want a woman that's capable, that's smart.
Dope.
Yeah, but at the same time, and this is a personal thing.
This is why men die early too. This is why we die young. You know what I mean? We carrying all these loads all our life.
I mean, that's cool. I'd rather die. I would rather die before my wife. Like if I was an older guy, like if I'm in my 60s or 70s or 80s and I'm getting old and my wife is getting old with me, I'd rather die first. So that's like when people say that to me, I don't care about that.
But you talking about a wife though?
Yeah. Well, I mean, what we talking about?
Dating.
Why do I care if I die before some chick I'm dating? Like, she ain't getting my life insurance. Like what you saying? Right. But for me, and I think that's a personal hurdle that, especially in this day and age, because women are so upwardly mobile, that's something that, I'm probably gonna have to work on within myself.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it's just not like, it doesn't suit. It's not a comfortable relationship dynamic for me. Like,
let me say
I never
this
had to go through it, but I can imagine a scenario where that could happen. You know what I mean?
You're not the highest paid person in this world.
No.
You know that.
By far.
By far.
I'm at the bottom.
There is women that make more money than you.
Facts.
You do know that.
Yeah. I'm not dating them.
But if that woman didn't look at money as
right,
the relevance that you have to it, she's saying, listen, I don't care that I got 20 grand more than you,
right?
In my bank account because, this means nothing. And I like you for where you're at. And I want to allow you to continue to be the man that you want to be. No,
for sure. No, that's a mature look, bro. That's a very mature, and that's the perfect way.
That's I'm just saying,
like I'm trying. It's baby steps, bro.
Right.
That's hard. Like
I'm just saying that.
You know what I mean? Can you imagine coming in the house, right? You bought your wife a $2,000 Birkin bag or whatever these
Right.
girls is wearing.
And she buy you a
right?
Bentley.
And then you're like, man, I couldn't afford that for myself.
Right.
It's just something about, and maybe it's immaturity.
Right.
Maybe it's a little bit of
Is it control?
old style thinking. No, it's just like, as a man, and I'm gonna just speak for myself. I feel like it's part of the masculine
Correct. I agree.
disposition to want to have that provision. And if you with a woman that doesn't need you for that, right? It's less fulfilling.
Appreciate you. Kind of,
and it don't necessarily have nothing to do with what she is or isn't doing. It's just like your ability or your necessity. Like, to me,
it's like a inferior protection type thing. Like it makes you feel great knowing that you're capable of doing that.
To me, it's important to be needed. If I'm in a relationship or a marriage, it's important that I feel like I'm needed, right?
But you don't have to be needed financially.
Well,
because
no, I don't.
Because let me tell you something right now. And I'm just using an example. And this might be
me up, bro.
Huh?
Go ahead.
No, this might be a movie that I'm painting. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, she makes more money than you. Her walk with Christ ain't your walk.
Yeah.
She needs you,
bro.
She needs you for your walk.
No, I feel you. I'm not justifying it, bro. I'm just saying this is what it is.
I'm just saying.
I feel a way. Yeah. That's all. And
I'm not gonna act like I don't understand that way, because listen, man. I remember I was getting paid the lowest. I'm not even gonna put this dollar amount, but I was a kid. I was a kid at this time though. But I was hiding pay stubs. I wouldn't tell this girl what I was getting paid to save my life. One time, she was washing my clothes, and I had my pay stub in my pocket, and she seen my hourly rate, and she was like, "Well, I thought you got paid this."
Oh man, you lied to her.
Yeah, of course I did. I was feeling like how you feel, but you know what I mean at the time, because I knew I was possibly getting paid less than what she was getting paid, and she didn't even know that I was getting paid less, because I was still performing and doing everything,
faking the funk.
I mean, we was good.
Yeah,
I just didn't want her to.
You was faking the funk,
but I just didn't, yeah. But that's why I'm able to say that. I do understand.
Nah, I get it, and this,
because we do, as a man, you want to. I got you, and everything's taken care of, even when it's not.
Yeah.
And I want you to depend on me, because I feel like that if you don't depend on me, you can possibly depend on somebody else.
It ain't even that.
That's what you're saying without saying it.
But it's not necessarily about her depending on somebody else. It's just, like I said, within myself. You know what I mean? I feel like if you care enough about a woman to want to be with her, you should be able to take care of her.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
And if you can't afford to take care of her, then you probably shouldn't be with her. Well, as a man, I'm not talking about a 17-year-old
and I'm talking
kid.
about as a man too,
man.
though. But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
No, it's different.
This is what I'm saying. It is different, and everything that you're saying is right. But when we paint that narrative for women, that doesn't ever give you an opportunity to fall short. Because when you fall short, you already painted a narrative that you're supposed to do. So when that narrative is painted for them, for a certain particular woman, and you do fall short, she doesn't know how to hold any weight or lift you up and build you where you need to be at, because, well, you came in this like you got it all together. Yeah. See, you need to understand that, listen, I do have it together right now, but there might be a time where I might fall short, and this is where you come in at.
Yeah, sure. I'm not opposed to that.
But if she don't understand that, then when you fall short, you created a monster, because you created an expectancy for her to have that you'll always take care of everything.
I think in the perfect world, she should have that expectation. No, real right.
In the perfect world, right.
And if
this ain't the perfect world.
Yeah, but even in the
you got
imperfect
dudes out
world,
here doing everything for their chick. They leg get cut off. They can't hit the same, and then now she's on to the next.
Yeah, but that's not. You got to know who you with too. That's just in general. Like I said, that's a personal issue. It's not so much me being worried about another man or anything like that. It's more so is like I don't feel as if I would be living up to the type of husband that I would want to be.
That you
if
desire
I couldn't, you know what I mean?
That's real.
So, but like I said, it's not as if I'm totally closed off to it. I just recognize that as an obstacle for me.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
That's all.
So,
got you.
Not enough money was the main joint.
Because whatever.
Yeah.
What's the next one you got?
Number 4 on the article was nowhere to live. Now, living in New Jersey.
Cut off. You heard me, Kay? They tuned in. Shout out to Victor. Shout out to Aunt Tanya. Shout out
what up?
Kay. She tuned in. Shout out to Leak. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. Shout out to the subscribers. And intermission real quick. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant.
For sure.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Next one, what you had? My bad.
Nah, you straight, bro. Kobe always gonna get love. But
absolutely.
Nowhere to live. Now that's a rough one too. That's another financial one because, like I said, living in New Jersey, man, cost of living, man, cost of living up north in general, but New Jersey in particular, man, it's crazy high.
Yeah,
and you can't get a decent place on a median income. You need 2 household incomes, and then that poses, I think, particularly a problem for Christians, right?
Right.
For Christians who decide to practice the no shacking up rule, right? Because if you want to be in a serious relationship with somebody and not live with them, right, then that's, maybe 2 or 3 years, however long y'all going to date, and you paying for separate housing. Maybe one of you guys live with your parents or something like that. Like that's a hard situation to be in, especially when you're in areas that cost a lot of money. You was in Texas, right?
Yeah.
I was in Louisiana. You've been in other places where the cost of living is not.
It's different.
It's just you can get more with your money,
right?
You know what I mean? But
when I was paying for my house in Texas, what I pay for here, you can get a closet.
And the light bulb costs extra.
I had a 4-bedroom house, acres in my backyard. Up here, all it gets me is a closet.
And you would crap, but deep inside you know you shouldn't. But brown woman, short